Final week, final project. In week 1, you came up with your product and service description. Hi, Andrea. In week 2, you came up with your company name and your business form, whether it was going to be sole proprietorship, partnership, LLC, or corporation. In week 3, you should have written your executive summary. And in that lecture, we talked about how you need 1 to 2 paragraphs on that, and a little bit about what needs to be in each paragraph. So in week 4, we're going to be looking at objectives, mission statement, and location, just kind of as the final 3 things. However, if you guys have specific questions about the final project, when you think of it, please bring it right up. We'll talk about it, okay? Just to get us started, the power of 1. At age 6, Tiger Woods practiced his golf swing in the mirror while listening to motivational tapes. Do you think that was intrinsic in him? Or maybe his dad had something to do with it. I think he was a big coach. But anyway, he did it at age 6. Martha Stewart catered birthday parties in elementary school because babysitting just didn't pay well. So that turned out pretty good for her, right? Sean Diddy Combs sold term papers and party tickets at Howard University. Richard Branson. Do you guys know who Richard Branson is? Does that name sound familiar? Oh, I'm freezing. Oops, I'm sorry, Jennifer. Andrea does? Oh, okay, so I'm freezing up on you guys. I'm sorry. There it is. Okay, good, good. Now I'm back. Sometimes it freezes on my end, and sometimes it'll freeze on your end. And when it freezes on my end, my face will get in this goofy position, and you can still hear my voice usually, but the picture will be frozen. So I hope that levels itself back out. So Richard Branson is the owner of Virgin Airways, Virgin Mobile. Exactly, some television stations. Very good, Andrea. And his mom would shove him out of the car when he was 6 and tell him to find his way home. Well, if you've read anything about him, he's a great adventurer. He's always doing extreme sports, extreme backpacking, all kinds of crazy things. So this may have had an impact on him. And Condoleezza Rice got out of bed every day at 4:30 a.m. to spend 2 hours practicing ice skating before school. So she may not have become a professional ice skater, but she did accomplish quite a few things in her life. So I don't know if any of you saw today, Katie posted a thing on Facebook in our AOS section about habits that can help make your days better and help you reach your goals, and one of them was being an early riser. So it talked about getting up at 5 and 6. So of those of you that are here, hi Tangeline, of those of you that are here, who is an early riser? I guess by early you like to get up by before 6 or 7 maybe? You are Chelsea, but not by choice. You would rather sleep in. Sometimes our jobs determine when we're getting up in the morning, or other factors. Kids starting school, things like that. Oh, Andrea, the little ones do like to get up early. That's right. And Chelsea, you get up 4:30 to 5 to get kiddos ready and get to work by 7:30. When mine were younger, when the sun was up, that's when they wanted to be awake. So as soon as the sun came through those windows, they were wide awake and ready to play. It's against your religion, Adrian. and you get up at 4:30 daily, and Jennifer is up by 5 a.m. every morning. Your parents get up at 3:30. Oh my gosh, Jennifer, go to the gym. So it was drilled into us to get the day going early. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I've heard of anyone getting up that early to go work out. Wow, that's amazing. And that's when you get to bed. So I am definitely what you would probably consider a night owl. If I can stay up till midnight or 1, that's my favorite. And if I don't have a schedule in the morning, I love sleeping till 8 or 9. And I remember not thinking that 8 or 9 was sleeping in, but as an adult, 8 or 9 really is sleeping in to me. And my kids are just now teenagers, so they want to sleep till noon if possible on their days off. But that's okay. As an early childhood educator, I know that they need the extra sleep, so I let them do it. So anyway, we each have our own habits. We learn to work with what we're given, right? One of the great things about working from home is I wake up in the morning and I'm already at work. It's great. Okay, our grading rubric. Again, I'm going to go through it real quick just as a refresher for your final project. Please put your business plan in this order. If you start at the top, your company name, your executive summary, your company objectives, your mission statement. We'll talk about those two today. Followed by your type of formation. If you're doing this on PowerPoint or Google Slides, please put each of these things on its own slide, and that'll make the flow easier. It'll make it easier to grade. It'll make it easier to read if someone were following along with it. Okay, next is your products and services section. You're going to have your product or service description. Oh, Tangeline, the connection's really bad here. I'm sorry. Hey, sometimes you can go back and look at the recording, and it may be better then. I understand it's hard to watch if it's choppy. I've had a lot of people ask about competitive advantages and ideal location. So be sure when you explain your product or service in your competitive advantage, you're going to tell me why your product or service is better or different or improved over other competitors or the way the product or service was offered in the past. So when we talk about entrepreneurship, we talk about making change and the importance of making it a little bit better. Your ideal location is next, and you're going to pick an actual location. Look around your town, look around the neighboring city where you would like your product or service. If it's going to be in home office, it's going to be your home office. That's fine. That's your location. Or maybe you have a place that you've scoped out in a strip mall that's on a corner on a certain street. So we're kind of dreaming here, but you're picking out your ideal location where you'd like to really open up at. Your market analysis. Excuse me, sorry guys. The market analysis I've also had a lot of questions about. You're supposed to do a little industry research, and by industry research I mean look at, let's say you're opening a restaurant. Let's take that as an example. You're opening in a restaurant, and in your industry research, you're going to look at the other restaurants in your town, what kind of food they offer, what are their hours, what's their service like, do they have a drive-through, do they not have a drive-through, do they have a good parking lot. There's lots of things that go into making a business a success. So you're checking out your competition. Then you're going to, and I'll need in your industry research, give me maybe 1 to 2 paragraphs there. It doesn't have to be extensive, just enough to show me that you've done a little shopping around and looking around. Okay, and then out of that, you're going to pick 2 main competitors. Let's say you're opening up a seafood restaurant. Your 2 main competitors may be seafood restaurants as well. So you need to list those 2 main competitors and also list a few strengths and weaknesses of each one. Okay? Does that make sense on the market analysis? It does? Okay, good. I have a lot of people that get down to that one and go, just what are you looking for here? So I hope that helps out a little bit. Okay, good. Good. Because if you were trying to get investors or funding for your business, they want to know, have you done your research? Have you checked out your competition? And this section will show that for them. Next, your management summary. Oh, Andrea, I have that come up quite a bit. So Andrea said not everyone in the area, not anyone in the area does what I'm doing. So if there's no one in your town or in your area of the state, branch out to the rest of the state. If that's not happening, branch out to neighboring states. And Andrea, last time I had someone that had to compare their company, their business, to a business that was in California because that's the closest they could find their competition. So if you're very unique, you may have to take those steps of really reaching out to find examples, okay? Okay, awesome, awesome. All right, your management summary, you're going to list all the job positions in your company and the basic skills needed for each position. Most of us are starting off fairly small, so this list won't be incredibly huge. So list of job positions might be manager, assistant manager, salesperson, stock person. I'm not sure of your business and who all you're going to require. If it's just you, it'll just be you. Your name at the top. Owner, sole proprietor, grand poobah. You can put that on your sheet. Okay, so then your organizational chart. So this is an organizational flow chart. You put the boss at the top and then who talks to who and who's connected to who in a pyramid type scheme. If you look at the example that I sent you, she just kind of did it one line at a time, who reports to who as far as the organizational flow chart goes. So I hope all of you have taken a moment to look at that example. Like I said, that wasn't a 100%, but that was an A job. She did a pretty good job there. There were just a few things that needed to be tweaked. Oh, Tangeline's back. Good, good. Then we've got our last two things are our citations. You need to have at least 5 sources or citations. Your e-text can be one of them, but you've probably also, through all this research, you've used other websites. You may have even used other textbooks. You may have used some of the websites on how to build business plans, or maybe in this next week, since we're doing company objectives and mission statement, mission statements are a fantastic thing to research on the internet. So you might look up Child Development Center mission statement, and you can find these on websites as well. Some businesses put their mission statement on their website. So list those as some of your sources. You need to have 5 minimum. Be sure and use APA citation. Your whole slideshow doesn't have to be in APA form. It's just that citations page. And then lastly, does it look good? Do the pictures flow? Did you use a little color but not too much? Did you use the same text and font size throughout? So you want something that's tied together, looking good, looking professional. Yay, you're almost there. Okay, so let's look at mission statements really quick. And you'll notice on mission statements, you're going to be writing your own. These are fairly short. Okay, not like an executive summary. A mission statement's fairly short. Starbucks' mission is to inspire and nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time. Very simple, easy to read, but very comprehensive. Amazon's mission is to be Earth's most customer-centric company to build a place where people can come to find and discover anything they might want to buy online, and they're definitely getting there. Google's mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. And then lastly, the shortest, Chili's Bar and Grill's mission is to spice up everyday life. Woo! So your mission statement can be short, it can be catchy, it can be to the point, but it needs to say what your basic mission is, okay? And be sure, on the other lectures, remember I said if you're a little iffy on some of these areas, be sure and go back and watch the previous live lectures, because at the first 10-15 minutes of each lecture, we talked about some of these topics. So effective goals and objectives. Next, goals and objectives are specific and measurable, tied to a time frame. How long is it going to take to accomplish this? Is it going to be 2 months? Is it going to be a year? And realistic but challenging. And here's a goals and objectives flowchart. If you're accessing this through your phone or tablet, this print may be fairly small. Go back and look at the recording on your computer so that you can see the specifics. So here is a breakdown of a mission statement. Word for Word is a secretarial service company that provides word processing and computer graphic services for companies in the San Francisco Bay Area. Our mission is to build a reputation among local businesses as the most knowledgeable, most reliable, and friendliest word processing resource around. So if you look at their mission statement, you can pull three basic goals out of there. Enhance staff expertise. Let me get my pointer out here. And since it's a beautiful sunshiny day, we're going to use the sunshine. Enhance staff expertise, increase brand awareness, and improve customer service. Now, our objectives are tied to our goals. So on number 1, to enhance staff expertise, our objectives are to schedule regular training seminars by May 1st. See, it's got a time frame. Have all staff certified by December 15th. And increasing brand awareness, create customer referral bonus program by June 15th. And begin monthly newsletter by August 1st. And the last one, improve customer service. How are we going to do that? What's our objective? Hire 2 new employees by July 15th and install new job tracking software by September 15th. So our mission statement includes our goals, and our goals help us determine our objectives. They're all tied together. Here's a checklist for you, a great thing to refer back to. Brittany, wasn't it you that said you take pictures of important slides? That is just such a great idea. It really is. Okay, so take a picture of the slide. Checklist of common business goals. So these are goals that you might include, or objectives that you might include. Improve customer satisfaction. In almost every business and almost every service, that's one of our number 1 goals. We want to make it better each time. Establish and increase brand awareness. Get your name out. Find new markets for your products and your services. Expand product and service lines. Decrease the time it takes for your product or service to get to the market. Improve employee satisfaction, because if your employees aren't happy, it's very hard for that to trickle down to customer happiness as well. Increase management communication, because communication is the number 1 thing, so critical. Reduce operational costs, generate new sources of revenue, become more entrepreneurial, and increase networking with partners. So these are goals or objectives that you might choose for your business plan to keep in mind. It's a very good list. Okay, whenever we're trying to decide our location, where do we want to open up at? Here's some of the things we might have to think about. Are there utilities nearby? And I know that sounds crazy, but if you're wanting to open a business in the country, bringing utilities out to a building can be a crazy, insane cost. So you might have to consider that. Is there enough land available? Yeah, so Andrea, you understand. We're talking thousands and thousands of dollars, right? Is the land there? Do you have enough space that if your business takes off, can you expand in that same space, or would you have to relocate? Are there good labor market conditions in your area? Are there transportation factors in your area as far as your supplies go? What are the quality of life factors? And you have to kind of take a critical look at where you live. I like the first question, what is the climate like? As far as quality of life goes, I can't see myself flourishing in a climate that was very cold. I am a warm weather person. I'll take an Oklahoma summer any day. Are adequate health care facilities available? Are you going to have to draw some employees to your business? And are there the basics there that they will need as well? Shopping, health care, all the great things. And then your legal and political environment. Does the local government support your new business? What are the local taxes, fees, and regulations? So this one makes me think of a local example. I think it was back in the 90s. We have this great place not far from us called Buffalo Ranch. And I don't know if any of you have been there before, but Buffalo Ranch is now just kind of a gas station, but it used to be a burger place. And yes, they really did have buffaloes. And right next to Buffalo Ranch, it was a big touristy place, was this metal building going up, and nobody really knew what it was, but it was a, you know, like a pole barn type metal building. And come to find out, it was going to be a strip club by the touristy place and kind of close to a little country town. Well, there was an immediate uproar on that. You can't just build something anywhere you want to. You need to get a little public buy-in as well. And the local government succeeded in shutting it down and not allowing it to go ahead and open up after they had already invested quite a bit of money. So instead, they turned it into a little antique place, mall, basically, but they named it the Strip Mall. Get it? So they got that last little jab there. They were able to use their building just in a completely different way than they had planned. Okay, here's some bad decisions. Western Union rejected the telephone because they thought it was of no value to them. The owner of Coca-Cola sold the exclusive rights to the bottle of a Coke for $1. Yikes. The New York Times thought television was never going to take off because the average American family just doesn't have time to sit in front of a TV and watch things. So, former presidential candidate Ross Perot blew a chance to buy Microsoft. And Mike Smith, who evaluates talent for Decca Records, rejected the Beatles in 1962. So sometimes we make bad decisions in business, but they can have huge impacts. So we want to think about all the things that we do. Okay, as far as management goes with your business, I really like this. The magic management number is 6. And a lot of study went into this. So this is a result of a survey of 32,000 people from the leadership firm Leadership IQ. And they discovered that 6 hours is how long you want to spend with each employee each week. If you spend less than 6 hours, not at one sitting, if you spend less than that, you're considered a disengaged boss. If you spend more than that, it's considered micromanaging. In other words, you're trying to tell them everything to do. And you guys may have had jobs where you were in that type of position, where you felt like your boss just wasn't there enough or that they were there too much, right? It always happens, it does. So as people rose from 1 to 6 hours spent with their direct leaders, so if they went from 1 hour a week up to 6 hours a week, they found that they were 29% more inspired about their work in general. They were 30% more engaged. They were 16% more innovative. And they were 15% more intrinsically motivated. So getting that motivation from within. So those are pretty big numbers, pretty big improvements from just spending time with your employees. So, however, if managers need to interact with direct reports for 6 hours per week, they can't really manage more than 6 or 7 people. So basically, you can have 50 employees, but you're not really managing 50 employees if you're the only manager. That's where assistant managers are going to have to come in, right? Because you can't do it all. Consider. Okay, slackers. I love this. Slackers, not so much. Generation Y. Is anyone considered to be Generation Y? 6 million kids born 1978 to 1998. Is anybody in that range? Yes. Good. We got one. There's a Gen Yer. Okay, so this age group, which gets a lot of slack, I think they really do. Tangeline, you are good. Good. I don't think you get enough credit is what I'm saying. Generation Yers are considered self-competent and outspoken. Not all employees get Gen Y. Many believe they are less industrious, but they actually volunteer more. They switch quickly between work and embrace a fast-paced work environment by working nights and weekends as well. They're very flexible. And some of their key characteristics are they're tech-savvy, diverse, idealistic, fulfillment-focused, goal-driven, now-focused, and change-oriented. So I really dislike it when I hear people bashing the next generation, saying, oh, they're lazy, all they want to do is play on their phones or play computer games. I see just the opposite. I see a new generation doing new things, but sometimes the older generation can't quite wrap their head around what they're doing. So if you're Gen Y or you're tech savvy, when you were born, you probably had a computer in the house already or soon after that. And so you're also a digital native. You're very comfortable around technology. And that's a wonderful thing. So if you are a Gen Yer, I just want to say, way to go. You're rocking it. Keep going on. Okay, our last thing is a little bit about green businesses, because this is the wave of the future, right? Solar energy, recycling. We want to eliminate waste within our business. So think about the business that you're wanting to possibly open up someday, your business plan. We want to eliminate waste, improve efficiency in that business so that it doesn't take as long or maybe not as much transport time involved, or production time. Reduce inventory through just-in-time shipping. Think green in the supply chain. Oh, you're welcome, Tangeline. You're welcome. So I want you guys to think about, before we go, think about your business plan and tell me what's something that you could do in your core area, in your business, that would be considered going green, that might attract some customers. What's something that you could do within your business? Or maybe what's something that you currently do at a business that you work at that's considered going green? Paperless billing, yes, Chelsea, exactly. A lot of paper goes into the landfills. Takes a long time to break down. Yeah. Paperless billing, good example. What else do you guys have? Updates on case online, not paper. Yep, good, Andrea. I hope to have it all by donations. Oh, that's right, as far as your business goes. Fantastic. Whenever I ran my natural cleaning business, you know, one of my big selling points was that I made all my cleaning supplies from natural ingredients, no artificial chemicals, no artificial colors, all biodegradable. Yes, Adrian, you know, and that's a good thing right there, even just using solar energy. Definitely get those solar panels on top of your building. Also get a tax credit for that. Maybe using blowers instead of paper towels in the bathroom area. There's little changes that you can make too. Recycling the paper, recycling aluminum cans within your business, using recycled products in the first place, using minimal packaging in whatever service or product you're providing. And maybe use more energy efficient vehicles. If you have a fleet of cars that you're using for your business, pick the ones that you don't use as much gas, or maybe a hybrid, right? So there's lots of ideas. All right, guys, we're down to our final slide. Are there any questions right now? Can you think of anything? Week 4. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 4 days. Goodness. Are you okay with that? 4 days, everything due by Saturday at midnight. However, I will still accept things until Sunday at midnight. You'll just have 10% off because it'd be a day late. But get everything in by Saturday at midnight and you're good. And I will be checking email through the weekend if you come up with questions about the final project, okay? All's good here. Fantastic, Jennifer. Well, you guys scoot on out of here if you don't have any questions. I hope you have a good rest of your week, rest of your day. And I've enjoyed having you in class. You too. Fantastic. Good to see you guys.